programming language where developer use this programming language to communicate with computer. So the instruction has been given in the language in which computer could understand. Yes, so it's a programming language used by uh, yes, used by developer, programmer, or developer use this programming language to give instructions. Okay. And it's a general purpose programming language that's used for developing various applications and high level. Why we call it as high level programming language?
It is an English day-to-day.
General English like syntax. Hmm. So the behavior of syntax, the syntax is very simple, so it doesn't take much time for you to understand the behavior of the syntax of Python, since it's a general English like syntax. And as an interpreted, so remember interpreted programming language.
The instructions are converted line by line in the computer language rather than converting it in terms of
so
set of
line line by line execution of code. So in case of any error, it stops further execution and report back the error which has occurred. So it shows only one error at the time. Even though you have multiple errors in the code, it shows one by one. So which makes the debugging easier. Okay. Which is developed by Guido van Rossum in the year 1980. So just a quick recap of, quick about the basics of Python. So it's a very popular and widely used programming language. And what are the various applications you can develop in Python?
web pages, game development.
So the general purpose programming language, you can use it for developing various applications like uh, desktop application, web application, gaming application, search engine optimization, and uh, widely used for artificial intelligence and machine learning. And apart from the task automation, data science, data analysis, data visualization, since it's relatively easy to learn, Python has also been adopted by many non-programmers, such as accountants, scientists are also using Python for a variety of everyday tasks. So Python is general purpose and widely used for developing various applications. Okay. And what are the features of Python? So Python is easy to read, learn, and write since it's a high-level programming language. Uh, Easy to understand and easy to read, learn, and write. Okay, and it's a interpreted as we discussed. It executes line by line of code. In case of error, it stops further execution and report back the error which has occurred. And Python is cross-platform, that is platform independent or portability. So easy to carry, you can run on various operating systems without changing the code. So it is portable, easy to carry, you can run on various operating system. Right ones run anywhere. Okay, and open source. So Python is you can download, you can go to the Python website and easily download without paying anything. So it's open source, free and open to all. And this object oriented, which is Snoop's concept. It's actually procedural as well as an OOPS concept. So Python is procedure as well as object-oriented programming concepts. So it's all because of objects. And GUI programming, you can also develop desktop application. Okay. So do you have any idea which module we use for developing desktop application? So in our syllabus, we'll also uh, covering a desktop, how to create a desktop application using Python, using tkinter module. Okay. And which can be integrated with other languages. And one more important feature is the vast support of libraries. What do you mean by libraries? Python has vast support of libraries.
Already built functions.
So it's a collection of predefined functions or packages. So where Python standard library is huge, you can find almost all the function that is needed for your task. So we don't have to be depend on any external libraries as we have vast support of Python libraries. Okay. And as we discussed, we can use it for developing web application, desktop application, OS even you can use it for developing OS and widely used for artificial intelligence and machine learning and many more we discussed. Right. So many applications you can develop using Python. And first step downloading and installation Python. I'll give you the steps. Okay. And to download and install Python, I'll give you the link. And to download, so you can download latest version like 3.12 or 3.13 is the latest version, right? You can go to the website, this is the official website. So first you have to download Python and then ID. So the ID is what do you mean by ID? ID is integrated
Development and enrollment.
Development
environment.
environment.
So where you're going to write your Python code, that's where you're going to develop. So you can use PyCharm, or if you have Visual Studio, you can use Visual Studio. Jupyter, anything is fine. So if you can also download PyCharm. So first you have to install Python first. Go to the official website and click download. So this is a version. Now the latest version has been 3.13. So you can use that. Or 3.9 and above. You can use 3.9 and above. Okay. And once done, after installation of Python, so these are the steps. So I'll share you the file. So you can follow the steps to install Python first. And second, you have to install PyCharm, either PyCharm or Visual Studio. So I'll give you the steps to install PyCharm as well. And the link, I'll provide the link. Okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
PyCharm, we are going to code it in
Yeah, I'll share.
Python IDE, right? But why we
PyCharm,
need PyCharm?
PyCharm is an ID. Okay. So PyCharm is an ID. All right. Python is a software. You have to install that software. One second. So you have to just type Python download. So Python is a software you have to download. So if you download Python, okay, go to this official website and download Python. If you download Python, you will get Python IDLE. So this one by default you will get where you have to, you will get IDLE. Just open that IDLE. So this is the interface. See, this is how it looks ideally. Okay, shell, Python shell. So here you have to create file open, or sorry, file new file, or if you have an existing file, you can use file open. So this is, and you can write code or you can directly work on shell. Like for example, see, immediately we'll get the output. Okay. Yes, you can work on shell. So IDE is the integrated development environment to develop any project. Okay. So this will not be sufficient. You will not get all suggestions or importing modules and all. It's better to go with IDE. Okay. So IDE is the platform, the environment in which you're writing your code. Okay. So this is software. First, you have to install software, that is Python software. And then next step is PyCharm. You just don't install PyCharm first and then Python. Okay. And one more thing, while installing PyCharm, go for community edition. Okay. So when you install Python, you will get this shell. Okay. The shell you will get. If you want, you can file new. You can run. I mean, you can write your program, file, save as. Okay, save your program and run your model. For example, here. Okay, so you have to save first. It will ask you to save the program. For example, let's say I'm saving it in C. Okay, let's say. Okay, just you have to save it to the extension .py. Okay, or in save as type by default, it will be Python file. So now, if you run this, okay, you can see the output here. Okay, so instead of doing it in shell, you can also install PyCharm, that is an IDE, so for use for programming in Python. So it provides code analysis and graphical debugger. Okay, and we have an integrated unit tester also, and we have which supports. If you use in PyCharm, it will be useful for you're also learning web development using Django framework, right? Where you can do it in PyCharm. So it's better can go for IDE. We can use any IDE you want, Visual Studio or Python, Jupyter Note, anything. Okay. So this PyCharm is a tool which is designed specifically for Python developers. Okay, which is the interface and workflows are optimized for Python development. Okay, so we prefer PyCharm, so you can download PyCharm. Okay, so this is the first step that you have to install both Python and PyCharm. Okay, so next after installing, you can use or okay PyCharm, and this is an website. The first one jetbrains.com. So you can scroll down and preferably don't go for professional one because it is a commercial. You have to pay for it, and go for community edition. Okay, and click download. So which will take you to this page. Yes.
Oh, ma'am, we have to install Python and then
Community version. First
No.
Python, yes. First Python and then PyCharm. The order should be first Python. So don't download PyCharm first. Okay, first Python and then PyCharm. Okay.
In Python,
You can use this direct link. PyCharm, which version? Are you asking about the version?
Which link I have to do?
Link. I'll give you the link. JetBrains, the first one, jetbrains.com. That link, and don't choose the first one. This is a professional one. This one, go to community edition. Community edition. Click download, and you can download the latest version of PyCharm. Okay, so first Python. So this is Python. And choose according to your operating system. If you're using Windows, this is for Windows actually. In case if you're using Mac or Linux, click this link to download for that particular operating system. Okay. So which is widely used. So Python is actually very useful language if you would want to go for data science, AI, machine learning. So all comes under like artificial intelligence and data analytics. And if you want to do a full stack Python developer, okay, so you can go for many, or even for cloud computing also you can do it in Python. So Python is like a versatile language. You can use it for uh, in variety of things. That is, you can develop various applications, and It's useful
Today?
also for other courses. If you learn like data science, data analytics, also the base is Python. Okay. Okay, which is IDE is a text editor actually. Okay, the huge amount of functionality which will help you to write Python program. Okay, it's a text editor. That is a platform where you will write your program. Okay, that you can edit Python text. And we have many features such as syntax highlights, it highlights the syntax, autocomplete, okay, some built-in terminals, and you can use the installation of packages also very easy without needing the terminal. We have an option to install the packages. That is libraries in Python. So all these options are available in PyCharm. So that's why you can go for this IDE PyCharm. Okay. And first, what is software now? What is data? Data?
Collection of information.
Collection of informations. Okay, what that is, data is a collection of information. What is data types?
How to store whether it is an integer or
Type of data. So data type is nothing but type of data. For example, your name. What is the type of data? What type of data is your name?
string.
It is a string. If it is a numeric data type, is a number like phone number or age, height. So then
Integer.
it's an integer and number with decimal point. Okay, the integral number, whole number like 47. Okay, then we call it as an integer and float. Both are numeric data type, but float is, what is the difference between integer and float then?
Decimal point. Float.
Numbers with
Integer
decimal
is stored
points.
in terms of eight bits.
Sorry?
Integer is stored for storage of integer, 8 bytes are used.
Hmm.
Uh,
For float?
16. I'm not sure.
No, no.
Decimal
Int and float both have same capacity.
Okay.
Okay. It's a number without a decimal point. It's integer. Integer is just a number, a whole number without a decimal point. Okay, floating point number, which means it is a number that has a decimal place. That has a decimal place, which has more precision is needed, like 5.9. But here, just 5. If you convert integer to float, it will be 5.0. Okay, so it will be more precision is needed for float. But both occupies the same memory space. Both capacity is 32 bit. Okay.
Okay.
Here it is dynamically typed. Python doesn't require to. One more important features of Python is dynamically typed. That Python doesn't know the type of variable until we run the code. So unlike other programming language, here the programmer doesn't worry about declaring the variable and the data type. It automatically assigns the data type during execution. So unlike other programming language, you don't need to declare the variable. Before using, we used to declare, right? For example, if you're using a variable called int, data type a variable a of data type int, so we used to declare it before, or we can initialize it, but this is not required. Declaration of the variable is not required. Directly, you can use the variable. It automatically assigns during execution. The data type is automatically assigned during execution. You don't need to, the programmer doesn't worry about declaring the variable. Okay. So it's dynamically typed. So we have int float here in Python. So we have int and floating point. And string is for sequence of
Characters.
characters. Sequence of character. Character means one letter. Sequence of characters. Okay, sequence of characters. Or you can use it for one character as well. So string and any next data type.
Boolean.
Boolean. Yes. What is Boolean?
True or false?
True, false. Yeah.
True, false.
Like a flag.
So are you all okay? Are you June born? If you ask a question, what would be your answer? Like, are you a June born? The answer would be either
Yes or no.
yes, yes or no, right? So do you have siblings? So your answer is yes or no. So such kind of like true or false, yes or no, or true or false. So that type, right? They call it as Boolean. So either it may be a true or false. And anything else? Boolean then the commonly used is int, float, string Boolean, which is true or false. Okay, and complex data type. Mm. Complex data type is we usually in mathematics you have learned that, right? A complex number
Yeah,
where the first
8
one
plus
is
I write
yes,
in that format.
no, real part and the imaginary
Imaginary.
part. Yes. So which consists of two values. First one is a real part like this, and this was an imaginary. Or you can also write like, okay. So this is a complex number. So but commonly we use this for data type. So commonly used data type. With complex, we have one more data type complex, which consists of two values. The first one is the real part of the complex. I think you would have learned this in mathematics. First part is for real part of the complex number. The second one is an imaginary part of the complex number. Okay. So these are the data types. Okay. And data structures, after this, we'll learn data structures. First, data types and variables. What is variable? Variables?
It's like you use the thing to describe the code or
Come again. The
information.
variables are
Placeholder or
placeholder.
label.
Label. Any other answer? Variables? What is use of variables? Variable. Why we use variable? What is the main purpose of using variables?
So
To
we
describe
can
the data.
store data in that
Ah,
label.
To manipulate the
Hmm.
information of data.
See, for example, okay, for example, if you want to store 10 in a computer memory location, okay, so if you just type 10, even in ideally, okay, you just type 10, or in PyCharm, if you type 10, will it be stored in the computer memory location? Will it be stored in computer memory? No, right? Yes. If you can we use it later? Can you access this or manipulate later? No, right? Or you can perform any operation or no, right? So in order to store it in your computer memory, okay, please mute who's it? Anand, I think Anand or Matu, yes. If you want to store this, okay, so you need a variable. Variable is nothing but it's just like container. For storing purpose, act as a container to store data in a memory location. So it is a simple container for storing data values. Okay. Here it's very simple. There is no command for declaring. So that's why it's a dynamically typed. So no declaring of variable, no command for declaring a variable. So you can create at the moment. There is the moment you first assign the value. So you can no need to declare it. And it's a container where the name of the container is A. That is the label you're giving for the container. The name of the container is A. The container is nothing but the variable which you use to store the value. What is the value here? A is the variable name and
10 is the value.
10 is the value.
10 is the value. So 10 is the value you're storing inside the variable. So variable, main purpose of variable is to store data. So you can store any type of data. It's like a container, no? See, if you feel thirsty, you will take a glass of water. Sorry, you will take a glass and you will put water in the glass and drink. You will take a glass of water. So is that glass is only for drinking water? Or you pour only water in the glass? No, right? You can use it for?
Um,
Yes, what else can you pour inside the glass?
Coffee.
Several things.
Coffee.
Milk, maybe.
Milk, juice. Sometimes it will also act like a pencil holder. Yes, pencil holder, pen holder. Yes. So probably we can use it for the storing variety of things, right? It's not that only for water, it's only for things. You can pour anything, juice, milk, anything. Similarly, you can store any type of data, all variables. That is, variables are contained. You can store any type of data. Your name. Okay. Let's say Harry. So you can store string data type, and you can give relevant name to the value you're storing to the variable. Okay, so it's recommended to give a relevant name in order to identify it. Okay, so if you're storing your age, it's recommended to give age or my age or whatever. So give relevant variable name. Okay, so you can store the height, weight, or whatever, any data type is fine. You can store any data type. But the name, right, you're giving to the variable, that is of user choice. That is your choice. You can give any name to the variable. So we call this identifiers. The name given by the user. Okay, call identifiers. Variables are on the name you're giving to the variable, right? You should not give any name to the variable. There are some set of rules to be followed. You have naming conventions. There is rules to be followed. You cannot give any name to the variable. Okay. So what is the rule? That is naming conventions, not only for variables. This identifiers for all identifiers. All identifiers means the variable we use to give any name. That is
You don't
name
start
of
with number.
user choice. Okay, okay. One second. Let me. I mean, what are the things you will give a name um for variables, and what are the things what are the identifiers where user will give the name of their choice variables.
A,
Then you will give name for functions. Okay, when you create user defined function, you can give any name of your choice, class name of your choice, object name. Okay, so this rules, right, it should be applicable for all the identifiers. If you're giving a variable name, function name, a class name, object name, you should follow these rules. So what is that rule? Okay, that is called naming convention. Then the first rule, what is the first one?
It should not have numbers.
You should not start with number actually. You can have a number.
Yeah.
Okay, you should not start with number. You should always start with alphabets. No number and no special characters. You should always start with alphabets. First point. Start with alphabet. Okay. Yes. So should we start with alphabet and number? You cannot start. You should not start with number or special character. Number can be used. For example, let's say player one. Player one. So you can use the number at the end, but you should not start with number. Okay, you should start with only alphabet. Player one, player two, score one, score two. Okay, you can use number. But at the end you should not start. And second one, no space allowed. No space. You should not have space for the variable name. For example, if you're storing your first name, okay, so don't give the variable name as first space name. Space will not be allowed yet. No first space name. Okay, last name, surname. So don't use space between. So it is not a valid. It is not a valid variable. Okay. Instead of this, you can use camel case. The camel case is first, the first letter of the word. Okay, you have to make it uppercase. Okay, so every word, first letter, you have to make it uppercase. We call it as camel. This is called camel case.
Can you use
Okay.
underscore? Underscore can we use?
Wait. Yeah, you can use underscore. That is comes under the special character. No other special character used. No special characters. Okay, except one. What is that? No other special characters. No special
Underscore.
characters like except
Dot.
underscore. Okay. No. Even dot also you should not use dot. Underscore. Only except underscore. Okay. You should not use any other special character. So if underscore can be used, but you should not start with any special character. So instead of space, you can use underscore. First underscore name. First name. Instead of first name, you can use either camel case or you can give underscore for separation, but no space allowed. Okay, you can separate two words using underscore. Okay. And no keywords. There are reserved keywords in Python. Can you name few reserved keywords in Python? For, while, if. Print. Print is also inbuilt functions in Python. There are many inbuilt functions. Input, print, for, if, while, break, continue. All these are some control statements. These are keywords in Python. So these are reserved keywords in Python. So you should not use those keywords as a variable name. You should not use those keywords as a variable name. Okay. So I've shared a PPT. There I've given you the list of keywords. Okay, I'll share that. Python basics. Okay. Okay, I'll share that. Excuse me. Okay. So I'll share this PPT so where you can find all this steps to install the link, everything. Okay. And these are the keywords. Okay. So identify these are the keywords or reserved words where you cannot use these words as a variable name. Okay. And I hope you understand. And one more thing is, what is the one last one? Anything else? Python is
Sensitive.
Case
case
sensitive.
Case sensitive means you have to use the same. So the case, uppercase and lowercase will be considered as a different variable. For example, you have an age variable, but if you're using age, but this variable is different from this one, it will consider it as because of the case. So case sensitive, it is case sensitive. You have to use exactly the same case. So this one and this one is not same. It will consider it as a different one. In case if you are using this age, but if in other places, if you are using the lowercase a, you will get a syntax error. Okay, because age is not different. Okay, so you have to follow the case also is very important. Uppercase and lowercase does matter. So you have to use the exact case. So these are the naming conventions of the variables. Not only the variables, it is applicable for all the identifiers. So like variable name, function name, class name, and object name. Is it clear? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
yes. Next, operators. So what do you mean by operators? What are the different operators you know in Python?
Arithmetic.
Arithmetic. Arithmetic operator.
Logical.
Arithmetic.
Logical.
Logical
Arithmetic.
operators.
Logical.
Identical operators. Assignment operator.
Comparison operators.
Bitwise operators.
Assignment. What is
Assignment.
this operator called?
Bitwise.
This one.
Special.
This one.
Assignment.
This is equal to, right? What do we call it? This is called assignment operator. Okay. No, this is not
Making
comparison. Single equal to is assignment operator because we're assigning 10 to the variable A. So that is nothing but assigning is nothing but just putting inside. You're assigning the value 10 to the variable A. You're assigning. So, and one more thing you have to remember that always the value should be in the right side and the variable in the left hand side. Okay, so variable in the right hand side. Sorry, variable should be in the left side and value in the right hand. So you should not do like this, like 5 equal to C. You should not declare the variable like 5 equal to C or initialized variable. So always it will give you a syntax error. Okay. So the variable should be the left hand side of the assignment operator and the value in the right hand side goes like this. You're assigning a value to this variable. So C is the name of the container, that is the name of the variable, and 5 is you're assigning to the variable C. Okay. And which will come in the assignment operator. Okay, this is an assignment operator. And logical operator, bitwise operator, and so many operators. First, let's discuss arithmetic. What is the arithmetic? And comparison operator. Okay, we have many comparison operators. So we'll discuss one by one. So what is the arithmetic operator?
Greater than or lesser than.
Mathematical calculation.
Arithmetic calculation. Arithmetic operators are
Mathematical.
Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division,
What is the last one?
modulus.
Modulus.
So addition, like addition is adding two numbers, which will perform addition, right? 17 plus 4. Okay. So what is the answer for this? 17 minus 4. 17 times 4. Okay, and 17 slash and 17 double slash 4, or let's say 5. Yes. Modulus 5. So what will be the output for the first one?
21.
21.
13.
68.
Next one, 17 divided by 5.
3.
3. See the
2.
calculator.
2.
4. No, 4.
3.4.
See, 17 divided by 5. What is the answer? See, you will get 3.4.
Okay.
But if we use double slash, okay, that is floor division. We call it as floor division. Okay, for floor division, it will take the quotient alone. Okay, so this is the quotient. So it will take the quotient alone, 3. It will not include the remainder here. Okay, but single slash is the normal division where you will get the output in the decimal point. Number with decimal place. And here it's floor division, you'll get only the quotient. This it will take only the quotient, and modulus takes the remainder. This is a reminder. 2 is a reminder, so the output will be 2 for modulus. Okay, this is an arithmetic operator. So once you install everything, we'll try it in PyCharm. Okay, once you install, you will get PyCharm, it will open, and it will ask you to create a project. First, create a project. Create project and give a project name. It's nothing but the workspace. You have to choose a workspace over there. Okay, it will be like this. Click file, new project. Of course, initially it will give you an option, create project. Click that and it will take you to the location. So you can create your own workspace, the desired location you want. Okay, by clicking this folder, you can create your own workspace. So I've created a folder called Python, that is in the D drive Python folder, where I'm doing all the program in Python folder. So in future reference, you can go and take all these things from D drive. So you create a separate workspace for Python and click create. Okay. So already have a Python. So once you created the project, you can create a directory, or directly you can uh, Python file also. You can create a Python file, or you can create another directory. Okay. And then you can, so directly these are the directories. Yes, you can create a directory like this, and then you can create a Python file. Okay, so how to create a Python file? For example, let's say right click on it, new Python file. Just sample. Okay, okay. So I just sample is enough. Anyway, the Python file, so it'll automatically save the extension .py. Okay. So I'll get the space workspace. The sample dot, that is Python file. Actually, this is Python file. Now, just for printing anything, if you want to display any text, okay, just this is an inbuilt function called print. Print is an inbuilt function. So if you want to print anything, you can just use this print function. Okay. Yeah, my voice is not audible. Is it clear now? Jepti, yes?
audible, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Hello world. So if you run, right click on it, run sample, that is run Python file. And you can see the output in the terminal here. Here run, not in terminal. Then if I run, you can see the output here. Okay. Now you can either use double quotes or single quotes here. But for a string, quotation is required. Either single quotes or double quotes. But remember, no mismatch of quotes. Should not start with double quotes and it should not end with single quotes, or start with single or end. No mismatch of quotes.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
Just one request in all the attendees. If you do not have any questions or any queries with the trainer, please keep your mic in the mute. It's quite annoying to hear your voice. Just a humble request.
Yes.
I'm not sure who is Namrata or
yes, Narmata.
It's quite
Narmata,
annoying.
please mute yourself. So everyone, please mute. If you have any question, please unmute and you can ask me, or you can answer me. Please, otherwise, please mute. Okay, clear? Now I am, so no mismatch of quotes. Okay, so it'll give you an error, syntax error. And this quotation is for only strings. For numbers, it is not required. Okay, for number, it is not required. Or for any numeric data type, it's not required. But for string data type, you have to put within single or double quote. Okay, next. Comment. Okay, comment. So what is comment? How will you comment? What is comment line? Have you heard about this comment line argument?
For our reference,
So
which will not be executed.
yes, comment out. So while Python doesn't have any specific syntax for blocking the comment, or you can use this hash straight away for the comment, one line it is, which will not be executed, right? It will not be ignored by Python virtual machine, which will not be executed. This line will be skipped. Okay. So here in Python, for single line, you use this. Multi-line, for example, you have multiple lines to be, then, one second, then you have to put 3 single quotes in the beginning, sorry, 3, okay, in the beginning, and 3. So all the lines in between this will be commented. This is one way, but in PyCharm, you have a simple feature to comment even multiple line. You select all the, we don't need to use this. Okay, instead of this, you can select all the lines. Press Control and /. That is Control and plus this /. Okay, Control and the slash together. Then all the lines will be commented as well as same command to uncomment as well. Comment and uncomment for both Control and /. Okay, it is a shortcut key. So this will work only in PyCharm and other IDE, but in ideally this will not work. Okay, and ideally, if you work in ideally, so this shortcut key will not work. Okay, for example, you have multiple lines, and then if you select, okay, if you press Control back /, this will not work here. Okay, so in PyCharm, you can use that shortcut key to comment as well as uncomment. For both, you can use this Control /. Clear? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just a minute, guys. I'll connect my charger. Just a minute. Okay. Now, Okay, so what will be output for this? First one.
7. First one 7.
7. Second one, line number 2.
3 plus 4.
3 plus 4.
3 plus. Then line number 3.
30.
It will result in error.
It will give you error. Line number 3.
Yeah.
If you put in double quotes, yes, if you put whatever in
Simple.
double quotes, right? Even if it is a number, if you put it in double quotes, it will consider it as a string. Okay.
We
So
printed as
now
3
3 is a
and 4.
string.
34.
3 is a string and 4 is a string. And if you use plus operator, in the first line, 3 and 4 without double quotes. So if it is not within quotation, it will consider it as an integer, that is number. So if you put plus operator between two number or two integer, then it will perform addition. So 3 plus 4 is 7. Okay, but if you place plus operator between two string, it will perform concatenation, which is nothing but joining. It will join two string together, but it will not perform any mathematical operation here because we cannot, for example, can you add your first name and last name? No, right? You can join. You can. So if it is string, if you put plus operator between two string, it will concatenate, which is joining, but will not perform any mathematical operation on strings. Yes. So whatever you put within double quotes, right, it will print as it is. So line number 2, it will print 3 plus 4 because the entire thing is within double quotes. So it will print as it is 3 plus 4. But 3 is string, 4 is a string. Okay, and if you place plus, it will concatenate. And similarly, so let's run. So it will not give you any error. So it will concatenate and it will give the answer 3, 4, 34. Okay. And sun plus rise. So answer is sun, which concatenates. Okay. Now let's come to multiplication. 5 times 6.
30.
So which is you'll get output 30. And what about this one? What if you put asterisk, there is multiplications and between two integers, sorry, string.
It will give error.
It will, yes, it will give you error because you cannot multiply. You cannot multiply.
String. Yeah, strings.
Yes, integer or yes, you cannot, you multiply two strings. You can multiply only integers, but you cannot multiply two strings. Okay. And what about line number 7? One string and one integer. So if you use multiplication for one string, okay, and one integer, it prints hello for 5 times. 1 second, I'll comment this one because this shows error. So I said, right, we already discussed, right? Python is an interpreted, which means which execute the code line by line. In case of any error, it stops further execution and it will report back the errors. So it will not execute line number 7 because we have an error in line number 6, so it will report back the error first. So I have to first debug it, then only it will go for line number 7. So it's an interpreted programming. Okay, so I've commented it. So now if you run the hello for 5 times, you can leave space here, it will get space also. So for multiplication, one can be a string, another can be integer. Okay, but you should not use both integers. You should not use this asterisk or multiplication operator between strings. Okay, between strings. But what happen if you use plus operator? One string and one integer. Can we add? Can you add like one integer and one number? Sorry, integer and string. So for addition, you will get an error here. Can only concatenate string to string. You cannot concatenate string, not integer, string to string. Integer to integer, addition. It will perform addition. String plus string, it'll perform concatenation, but you cannot add one string and one integer. This will give you a syntax, a type error. Okay, but asterisk will work. That is multiplication will work. It'll print hello for 5 times. If you want to print for 100 times, you can give hello for 100 times. Yes, is it clear?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. And one more thing. Let me comment this. Okay. So welcome to Python class. They want to print this Python in like double quotes again. I want you to print Python in double quotes. So what happened here?
There?
Again, there's ambiguity. So why it gives you an error? Why it is a syntax error? Why it is a invalid syntax? Because it's thinking that this welcome, the double quotes, right? This is the start one, and the end one is this one, and this is the start for this, and end one is this. Okay. So in case if you want to print some particular word or something in same double quotes, there are few options. One is you can either change this to single quotes. Then you can avoid the confusion. Python virtual machine will have no confusion now because now it doesn't match, right? So this will match for this and this one for this one. So it will print Python in double quotes. In case you want to display this in single quotes, again will be a problem. Okay. In that case, you can change this to double quotes. This is one option. Okay. And for example, I want to use apostrophe s, Python's class. For example, apostrophe. Okay. Now, because we are using, sorry. So Python's, this one I have to remove. Sorry, Python's class. So in this case, the one apostrophe, it's fine, no, not an issue. But what if you want to print? Will this work? 1 second. Okay. Otherwise, I want to okay, like this. Yes, you will get type error again. You will get a syntax error. Yes. So to avoid this, just put, if you want to print any apostrophe or quotation as it is, just put a slash before. Sorry, backward slash. Then it will consider data. It will not. This is a sequence characters. You know the sequence characters, right? Sequence, not character, sequence. Yes. Slash n. Have you heard about this? Slash n, slash t.
Slash n is
Escape
for new
characters. So
line.
that is sorry. That is not sorry. That is not sequence. Escape characters. Okay.
This
So
backward
actually,
slash, excuse me, ma'am. This
mm,
backward slash for typing this apostrophe, even that is also called as escape character.
escapes. Actually, these are escape characters are, this is escape. Okay, slashes are escape. Both represent backslash or double backslash. Escape. Characters are /n, /t. That is called escape characters. Okay. Escape characters, I'll tell you. Escape characters are even this also backslash is also an escape character. Escape characters. /n. One second. See, you have a sentence. Okay. Now, wherever you want, like where you want to print in the next line, you have to put just /n. This is escape characters. These are called escape character. These are called escape characters. Escape character is a backslash followed by the character want to insert. Okay.
So in the
These are
above
called
line, sorry, in the above line, the backslash is not a backslash character. It is just a backslash.
Just a backslash. That is also an escape characters.
Okay.
Okay. To fix this problem, okay, to fix the problem, in case if you want to print, or I wanted to print it like this. So again, Python will get confused right here. I wanted to print as it is. In case if you want to put the quotation, single quotes as it is, just put a slash, backward slash before that. Then it will consider it as that it has to put it as it is. Okay. Can you find, I mean, can you understand this one? Escape characters.
Classes are called as sequence.
So if you want to print something as it is, some quotation as it is, just put backward slash, backslash just before that quotation. To avoid confusion, then Python will understand. It will take it as a, like it will print as it is with this quotation. So Python will print an underscore and I mean apostrophe s, everything will be as it is. It will not confuse or have any ambiguity with this. Okay. Is it clear? Wherever you want to print as it is, just put a backslash before the quotation. Then wherever you have /n, right, then it will break. Break means it will bring the cursor to the next line. That is /n. Okay. So if you remove the space, you will not get the space even. If I run now, see. Welcome to, after to the cursor comes to the next line because of /n. These are called escape characters. Okay, escape character is nothing but backslash followed by the character you want to insert. Okay, that is called escape characters. For example, instead of here, I'm using /t. Tab space, one tab space. You will get one tab space here. See. Okay, so we have R for carriage written, backspace if you want one backspace, /b for backspace. So these are some of the escape characters in Python. Yes, is it clear? Yes, how to handle this?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any doubts? Clear? Yes? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine, very good. Okay, now. So next class we'll discuss about yes.
Ma'am, can you explain the last statement, \n and
Next
\t?
line. Wherever you have /n, it will, the cursor will go to the next line and it will print the rest of the
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Madam, I have a question.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Yes, Mom.
I want to know that what is the duration of this course, and second, also maybe some of the students have familiarity with Python or other programming language. So I am totally new to the programming, and I want to learn about the fundamentals and basics and the theory about this. Is if there is any possibility to share with us some books that is really helpful to help the beginners to understand this course. Thank you.
Sure. I'll check. I'll share the books. Okay, for basic Python. Okay, so I'm taking from basic only. Okay, so which is easy for even non-IT students or non-computer students can also easily understand. I hope so. Yes, is that clear? What I'm taking is clear. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me anytime. Okay, no
Thank you.
hesitation. I'll repeat, and I'll also share the books. Okay,
Okay, thank
for
you.
beginners, Python for beginners. I'll share that book in the chat window. Just give me 1 or 2 days time. I'll check and I'll share that book. You can learn. Okay, and I'll also be giving you PPTs. I have PPTs. I'll share the PPT and I'll give you many tasks. Okay, so if you do the task, you'll have a clear idea. And I want you to try this one. So in case if you don't understand, I would just try this one. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope you understand this, right? Wherever you put, just put backward slash just before that. That's it.
Data types.
So data types. What are the different data types in Python?
Int, float, string, boolean, complex.
So int, float, string, boolean,
Complex.
complex. And we discussed about the print statement. And what about this plus operator? What will happen if you put plus between two numbers? If you put it
Concatenation.
between two numbers. If you put
Addition.
plus operator between two numbers, it will perform addition. If you put this between two strings, if you put double quotes, it will take it as a string. Okay, then it will concatenate. Okay, and today we'll discuss other print statement using format function. Printing, how to print a statement using format function. See, for example, if you have variable, okay, so let's say name. So in a print statement, you can include like this. My name is, and if you want to print John, so you have to separate the variable and the text using comma. So for the variable name, you should not use double quotes for the variable name because we want to print the content of the variable. That is the value stored in the variable, not the variable name. So what is the value stored in the variable?
John.
John is the value stored in the variable name. So we want to print the value. So for the variable name, don't put double quotes or single quotes, anything. Don't use any quotation for the variable name because we want to print the value of the variable. In case, what will happen if you put double quotes? Then what will be the output?
Name.
My name is
Name.
So we don't want to print the variable name, right? We want to print the value stored in that variable. So for the variable name, there's no need for this quotation. Just use only the variable name. So it will replace that with the value in that variable. Okay. Now, let's take this as an example. Like we'll see a format function. Okay. So now I have a three variable. What are the three variables and what are the values assigned to the variable?
Name, salary, and
Name, salary, and MN is mother name. Okay, so name. So my name will be replaced with the value Ashwin, and my salary is 10,000. Okay, the mother name is MN, right? So you have to use this comma to separate. You can use plus operator also. Okay. So you can concatenate using plus, but what will happen if you use plus operator instead of comma? What will happen if you use plus?
All the values will be displayed without any
All name,
new
salary,
line.
name, everything will be together, will come.
Okay. Will come together. If you use this plus operator
Comma will
instead
not
of.
come.
And so we'll replace everything with plus operator. That is, we'll concatenate everything. So now if you run, you will get an error. Why? Because see, name is string data type. My name is, this is string because we put double quotes, right? This is string. And plus name is of data type string. Okay. So there is no problem here. My salary is, now this is string. Salary is integer. So when one is string and another one is integer. So string plus integer, we discussed that, right? Yes, we got an error. Where is that? Yes, we already where I've showed this, I think here. We put plus. Okay. So one is string. Hello. Another one is 5 is number. So if you use that, you will get concatenate issue. That is, can only concatenate string to string, not string to integer. String, not integer. So you cannot concatenate or you cannot perform addition, right? Because one is string, another one is number. So you cannot perform addition. Even concatenation will also not work because concatenate will work only when both the operand are string data type. Okay. So same problem here. It is yes. So if you concatenate, if it is of different data type, then it is a problem. If you make this a string, if you put double quotes, so if you put this 10,000 within quotes, then it will become a string data type. Now you can avoid the error. Now you will get the output. So you leave a space here, name. Okay. Yes. If it is all string, it is not a problem. You can use concatenate. Okay. So better go for comma. So irrespective of data type, comma will work for any data type. So instead of using plus, you can use comma. Plus is for concatenation or concatenating only string data type. Okay. So if you're using different data types, now salary is an integer. But still, if you put comma, there will not be any confusion or no ambiguity here. So Python will print wherever you have the variable, it replaces that with this corresponding or associated value. Clear? Yes?
Yes.
Now the next is we have a placeholder or replacement operator. Okay, so that is we have a function called format. So hello, say hello, wherever you have this person, the curly braces, right? That is called replacement operator. Or the first replacement operator with the number 0 and your salary is 1, then mother is 2, your mother is waiting. That is, it will replace this with a mother name. That is, MN is Rima. Okay, replaced with Rima is waiting. Dot format. Format is a function in Python. So this format function, you have to pass the variable in the order where you want to replace. So first the name of index 0. The index of the name will be 0. So wherever you have 0 value, right, in the placeholder, it will replace with the name variable. Okay. So salary is a 1. So second one is 1. Wherever you have 1, so it will replace with this corresponding value. Similarly, mn is of index 2. So it will replace here. Clear? Yes, so we have a function called format. So dot format, and you have to pass this as an argument. Name, salary, and then the order in which you are placing. In case if you put 1 here, so what will happen? And 0 here.
Salary.
Hello?
Salary and then salary.
That is hello with the statement. Tell me along with the statement. Hello?
Hello, 10,000. Your salary is Aswin. And yeah.
Okay, you will get this. So you have to be very careful with the order in which you're giving. So the argument you're passing should be in the right order. Okay. Otherwise, you have to use the right index number here. Okay. Now, the next is without index value. Just you can use a replacement operator alone, but you have to follow the order again. Again, based on the order, it will work. Order means first one will replace the first replacement holder, the next one, second one, and third one. So it should be in the correct order. Okay, so here again, we have given salary first. So what will be the output? See the full screen. Line number 10. Yes, first replacement operator will be replaced by what is the first argument? Salary, yes. The second one, so it will follow that order. So order is very important here. Okay. If you run, what will happen? So first the print statement is printing. Hello Ashwin, your salary is 10,000. Your mother is Rema is waiting. But second line number 10. Hello 10,000. Your salary is Ashwin. So it will work because the order is changed here. But in case if you want to change the order, then you have to use keyword that is assigned to a keyword or any variable like this. For example, x, y, z. So x is, and now if you have changed the order, okay, we change the order, but x is assigned for, sorry, name assigned for x variable and y salary for y variable and mn for z. So in this case, if you are assigning any keyword, okay, that is you're using keyword, then you can change its position. Python will not get confused wherever you have x, right? It will replace with a name because x is a variable assigned, name is assigned for x variable and salary is assigned for y and mn, which is the mother name, is assigned for z. Okay, so in case if you're using a keyword like this, then you can change the position of those arguments. You can change the position of the argument you're passing in the format function. Is it clear? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Next way, then another, these are the different ways you can follow whichever you feel comfortable using. You can follow that. Okay. Anything is fine. Okay. You can follow anything which is comfortable. So I think this one is very simple, right? Which we have discussed already. This one. So wherever you want to replace with a value of variable, just separate with comma and put the variable name. Okay, this is the simplest of all. So you can use this print statement. Or another one is F. F is nothing but format. And then hello, comma, the variable name should be within the curly braces. You have to put the variable name within curly brackets. Then as usual. So this is very simple of all the pattern, all the format. This one is very simple. Okay, just you need to separate the text and the variable using comma. So these are the options are available. That is, we have many ways to print using format function. Okay, with the curly braces, there is placeholder, everything. But you can follow anything of your choice. Okay, which one is you feel comfortable, you can use that. Is that clear? Yes. Yes. Okay. Next is for another print statement is this is replacement operator. This curly braces we call it as replacement operator. Okay. So there is another way. So have variable A, B, and C. What is of data type A?
Integer.
Integer. B is also integer. C?
Also,
Float. Float. So
Float.
A value is a if it is a float, put percentage F. Can B value is for integer use I and percentage A, B, and C. Okay, so what will be the output for this?
10.0 40 and
A value. Value. So wherever you have percentage I, right? That will be, see, A value is percentage F. So the first position is in float, that is A. So A value in float, percentage F is float, so 10 will become 10.00. So it automatically changes to float data type. And B value is percentage I for integer. So B is 40 and C integer, right? So it will neglect this decimal point, decimal value. So it will take only the integral number 23. Okay. Yes. So for string, you have to use percentage yes for string. So hello percentage yes means we are replacing this with a string where name will replace with the first percentage yes. And list is array, the list of numbers. For list also it will be a string, the list of numbers. Got it? You can also use
Can you
the
explain
print
one more
statement.
time? Ma'am, can you explain
Which
one
one?
more time?
Which one?
This
See,
one that
wherever you have this for percentage F for float, percentage I for integer, and yes for string. If you want to replace this with float data type, so the order should be the same, like A, the first one is A, right? So this will be replaced with value of A, which is 10, but it's float. So 10.0 automatically it converts to float data type. So because of percentage F. Okay, so float is with decimal point and B values percentage I and I both are integer. So first I will be replaced with B and second I with C. So first I 40, so 40. Second I replaced with C value, but it is percentage I, right? So it will convert this to integer. So it will remove the decimal value and integer means value without decimal point. So it will take only the whole number 23. Okay, so percentage yes is string. When the list also you can give it as string. Okay, so this is one type of format, and here I have given you the notes like percentage I for integer, and even you can use D also. So I and D for integer type, F for float, S for string type. So the syntax is formatted string, percentage you have to assign the variable or list anything. Okay, have to put within percentage. So this is another type of format. Yes. So these are the different format statements, that is print statements are available. You can use whichever you feel comfortable. Yes.
Ma'am, that last print, I'm not really clear about that.
Which one? The last one is
Hello Python, the list. The in the output we see, hello Python.
hello Python. Yes, percentage. Yes. Percentage. Yes. What is the first variable here? Name. Name, we have Python here.
Yeah.
So Python it replaces here with Python. S for string. Name is a string variable.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, and the list
What
is
about the
list is
list?
also list is of
It's an array,
string. We
right?
have given it as string. No, array. But if you want to print it, okay, in a format, you have to take it as a whole.
Okay.
Okay, so you put that as a list. Otherwise, you put s integer, it will not accept this. Number is required, not a list. Okay, I means on single number, not a list. No,
Okay,
you
so
can, it
what
will
is the
not accept a
output
list.
for that? What is the output is coming for that?
If you put s,
Hello.
entire list will be exit printed.
Okay, so it is coming as a string, right? Okay.
Okay, so we'll learn about this data structure list in detail. Okay, so there you understand how to iterate the list, how to these are iterables. You can iterate each elements in the list. Okay, we'll discuss that in the upcoming session. All right. So I hope you understood the different format of print, different print statements. Yes. Now, shall we move on to the next one? Yes. Now, how to get input from user input. In Python, how to get user. So far, we are declaring a variable here. That is, you're declaring a variable and you're assigning a value to the variable, right? Instead of assigning a value to the variable during runtime, you're getting it from user. You're getting the input from user. So how to get input from user during runtime? Okay. So in Python, we have a function called input. Input, all these are inbuilt function in Python. Input, print. Okay. All these are inbuilt function in Python. So we can prompt the user, like asking user to enter your name. Okay. And you need a variable to store it, right? So equal to, so let it be n. Okay. Or name is a variable where the user input will store in the variable, name. So it will ask the user during a runtime, it will prompt user to enter the name and it will store the name in the variable name. Okay, next age. Okay, enter your age. If you want to print it, you can print name. Okay. Age. Now run. During, if you execute the code, so it will ask you to enter your name. So let me enter Ramya name and age. So it will print as it is. So name Ramya, age. Is it clear? Yes.
Yeah.
Now I want to find the age of Ramya after 5 years. So what is the age of Ramya after 5 years? So you can just put 5, right? Yes. Will this work?
Yes.
Now page is 23 and what will be the output? Name Tara, age
28.
28. That is our expectation, but we're getting an error. Why?
Okay.
Because by
String
default,
plus
yes.
string plus number.
By
But it's not
default,
a string, right?
by default, the input statement, this input function, right? By default, it will accept the user input as a string. So it
Okay.
accepts this 23 as a string. By default, this will happen if you put only input. By default, it will accept the user input, that is 23 is the user input for this age, right? It will accept that as a string data type. So string plus number, again you're getting type error where cannot concatenate, right? Because age is of string data type and 5 is number in integer. If you put double quotes, then that is different. Then it will concatenate. That will not even add, right? It will 25 plus, sorry, 23 plus 5, it will not perform addition. The result will be 235. Okay. If you put 5, for example, say 20, 235, even that will not perform addition because now if you put double quotes, 5 will also become a string data type. Age is obviously string, 5 is also a string, so it performs concatenation, so 235. But we want to add, we want to perform a mathematical operation here. So in order, if you're performing any mathematical operation, make sure that you have to be, both has to be in integer, in numeric data type, right? Age should also be a numeric data type. Then only you can perform mathematical operation. Otherwise, you will get this error, type error. Because 57 is taken as string data type. So you cannot add with number, string and number, you cannot add or concatenate. You cannot do anything. So it will throw an error. So in this case, you have to convert the user input to integer data type. So how to convert user input to integer data type? Just you have to put this inside the int function. There is a function called int. This input, entire input, you have to put within int function. Int is a function. So remember that always function will have, then this is called function, will have the parenthesis. Okay, float is also a function, print is a function, okay, and input is a function. Okay, then input is also a function. All these are inbuilt function in Python. So all functions will have this parenthesis. Okay. So int is a function, so which converts the user input. It gets the input from user and converts to integer data type, and then it stores in the variable age. Okay. So after converting to integer, then you're performing addition. So now run name and let's say 23. So now it gives 28 as an output. So 23 is now a number because we are converted to integer and it performs addition now because both are integer. For name, it does not occur because name is of string data type. So let it be input. So if you're performing, if you're not performing any mathematical operations with age, you're just directly printing, only printing phone number. Let's take phone number. We usually we don't do any mathematical operations with the phone number, right? Okay, so you can take it as a string because sometimes we use the code number as well for the phone number along with the country code. Yes. So plus is comes under string data type. So let's phone number be string data type itself because we use this code, plus operator, all these are string, and we don't usually use phone number for performing any mathematical operations. We're not going to add two phone numbers or we're not going to perform multiplication with that. So let it be in input. But age, in case you're finding age after 5 years or 10 years or any, doing any mathematical operation, you have to change this to integer data type. Make sure that if you're getting any numeric data type from user, you're getting a height, weight, okay, radius, whatever you're getting from user, right? If it is an integer data type, you convert to int. Then you will not get any problem. In case if you're doing any mathematical operation here, you will not get any problem. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, in the last that print age that statement, so we have
Mm.
converted in the above declaration using the int while the user is giving input. But is there any way that in the last print statement itself, before the age, we can give int like data type, or can do any
That will
conversion?
also work. That will also work. Yes. Even instead of this, okay, instead of putting here, we are converting while getting input from user. You're converting to integer data type. So if you want to do at the time of performing, you can also put this age alone integer. That is, you're converting to integer data type during performing this addition. Before performing addition, you're converting to integer and then you're performing addition. So the best way is while getting input from user, you convert to integer and store it in age variable.
Okay.
So before you're storing it in an age variable, you convert to integer data type. So this will also work, but it's recommended to convert while getting input from user. That will also work. It's not a problem. That will work definitely. But for example, you're getting marks of 5 subject. Let's say English mark. Okay, all these are integer, right? English, maths, okay, and science. For example, let's say you're getting mark of 3 subjects. You're finding total. Okay, by default, if you give only input means it will take it as a string. Okay, so if you're adding all the 3 subject mark, okay, 3 subject mark, it will concatenate. See, if you give 60, if you put only input, it will concatenate, right? 34 and 767 means the output will be 603467. It will concatenate if you put input alone. Okay. But if you convert to integer, it will perform addition. And one more thing is, instead of putting input here, see, I'll show you the difference. Like, okay. So enter your, let's say math mark. Okay, enter your, that is English. Okay. Here math, and this one is English, and this is science. Okay. So if you put only input, it will take it as a string and it will concatenate. If you print total, so it will concatenate, right? If you want to convert to integer, there are 2 ways. You can convert while getting input. You can convert to integer data type here. Okay. Otherwise, before this, you have to do int of e. Okay. Then int of, that is you're converting to integer data type. So before performing addition, you're converting. Otherwise, this is not required. You're getting it as a means string data type and storing it in E. Before you adding, you are converting to integer data type. This will work. Okay, but it's recommended to accepting your input from user, right? During that time, you change the data type to integer. So that is recommended. That's also simple for you. Once you have done, right, you don't need to repeat it again. In case again you're finding average, let's say, okay, or you're just printing only English, you're printing English and let's say English and math mark. Now it will concatenate again. Did you get the problem? You are converting only this place. What about here? Again, you have to repeat the same int of v, int of m. Instead of to avoid this, right? While getting input from user, you convert to the integer. Then you don't need to repeat in all the places. Automatically, the before it stores in E variable, it converts to integer and then it will store in E. Then you can remove all these things in other places. Otherwise, what will happen is in all the places wherever you are using, wherever you're using or you're adding two variable, you have to convert to integer. In all the places, you have to repeat this, right? Instead of that, you can convert it to once while getting the input from user. Once you convert to integer, it will applicable in all the places. Anyway, it is a number, right? You get it, convert it as integer. Marks are numbers, age are number, height is number, weight is number. Clear?
Yeah.
This will work, but it's recommended to convert the integer data type while getting input from user. Okay.
Yeah.
Instead of converting it here while performing addition, instead of converting it here, you can convert to integer data type while getting input from user. I hope it's clear. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So we'll continue with that. Age. Okay, now. So this will also work, but it's recommended to give it here. So I'll remove from this place. Now, there is another one to be learned. Important thing is, what will happen if I enter float data type for age? See, this is name. Okay, I've entered name and age is like say 45.7. What will happen? What will be the output? Any guess?
It will be
45.
45.
45
What
plus
is 45
50.
plus 50.7 or 50?
50.
No, only 50. Only 50?
Only 50.
50.
But here you will get value error because of mismatch of data type. See, we are converting to integer, but you cannot convert from float to integer. So remember this one because float has higher precision than integer. Okay. For example, if it is allow you to convert from float to integer, then what would be the value? What is the age? If you're converting 45.7 to integer data type, then what would be the output?
45 or
45.
Only 45, right? Only 45. Then
Yes.
you will get it's a loss of data. See, I'll give an example here. So this is an integer, okay, integer value. Integer value. And you're converting to float. Let's say you're converting to float. Integer is like 45. When you convert to float, that you can convert to float. Integer to float is okay. You can convert it. Accept. You can convert from integer to float. You will get 45.0. It is 12. Then 12.0. Now, if you perform addition, what is the result?
57.0.
Okay, in case, listen now, you are trying to convert float to integer, converting from float to integer. Okay, now the value is 12.5, 6.8. What is the result? When you convert this number to integer, it will become, in case if it is allow you to convert, it will be 12.0 and it will be 6.0. Now if you add
18.
now here
19.3.
is it same?
No.
That is why it is not allowing to convert from float to integer because of loss of data. Okay. you will not get the exact output. But integer to float, anyway, 57 and 57.0 both are anyway the same. So it will allow converting from into float is okay, but you cannot convert from float to integer. So let's take this example. This is float. You're trying converting from float to, yeah,
If you're putting
integer.
static value, that time it should work, right?
Static value, what do you mean that?
Static means integer in bracket 22.5, something like that, not in input something.
Input it will not accept. Yes, there it will accept. Yes, that is different case, but input it will not accept. Okay, here I think here that there it will it's doing actually.
Yeah.
Here by if you put percentage I, okay, it does 23. We got 23, right?
Yes,
there it will accept it, but while getting input it will not accept. You cannot convert. No conversion. That actually we are not converting. We are actually doing that only. But I represent the integer value, so it is replacing. But here, if you're converting, it's a function to convert. Typecasting. You're converting the data type of one from another. So you're converting this 45.7 is a float data type. You're giving float, but you're trying to convert it to integer. Float has higher precision than integer. So from higher to lower, you cannot convert. It will give you value error because of mismatch of error. Sorry, mismatch of data type. Okay, you will get value error. Okay, so remember that you cannot convert from float to integer, but integer float, it will work. So in case, if you're not sure, right, there's a numeric value, but not sure whether the user may also give in decimal point or that is a floating point value, then better you convert this to float. For example, let's take radius or weight. Okay, age usually people will not enter in decimal point, right? Age usually people will enter in round value, round of values. So let's take weight. Okay, so weight probably mean user will also enter in decimal, right? So in that case, it's recommended to convert to float data type. So if you give integer also will not be a problem. Float also not be a problem. See, 34 weight 45.8. Okay, if you give float, no, we are not printing it. 1 second now. Okay, so we'll print as it is like decimal point number, I mean the floating point number. Now, if you give integer, then also it will be a not be a problem. 78.0. That's it. It will not give you error. So we are converting from integer, you can convert to float, but float to integer will not work because of loss of data. And float has higher precision than integer, so you cannot convert from lower to higher. Sorry, higher to lower. Okay, but lower to higher will work. Integer to float you can convert, but float to integer you will get value error. It will not allow you to convert from float to integer because of the problem. I hope you understand the problem you are doing. We're getting right. The value will not be same. That is the result. You will not get the same result. There will be loss of data. Yes. Is it clear?
Yes.
So better in case if you're not sure that user can enter values in decimal point as well as integer numeric values, then you better go for float, which accepts both integer as well as decimal point value. Okay, so if I'm getting radius, area, square, whatever, you can go for float. It's better. Even for age also you can use float. Okay, clear? And now, Let's discuss conditional statements in Python. Now, before moving to conditional statements, what is the comparison operator? Comparison operator in Python, or please mute. If you have any doubt or queries, or can unmute and you can speak. Okay. Comparison operator or relational operator. You can call it as comparison or relational operator. What are the comparison operators?
Greater than or equal to, lesser than or equal to.
Equality.
Equal. Greater than equal to.
Not equal.
So these are the comparison operator. So what is the difference between this and double equal to? We call it double equal to as equality operator. And this one single equal to is, what is the name of this operator? Assignment operator. So yesterday we discussed, right? So this is called assignment operator because we are assigning a value 10 to the variable a. So that is the meaning. Just assigning a value 10 to the variable a. So we call it as assignment operator. But this double equal to, we call it as equality operator. This is an equality operator where you're comparing or you're checking whether a is equal to 10. If this is equal to 10, it returns true. Okay, if it is, for example, now the value of a is 100, is it equal to 10?
No.
Now this case it is false. So this is for checking a condition to check whether the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. If it is equal, it returns true, otherwise false. So we use these comparison operator in conditional statements in Python. So for example, let's take x equal to 17, y equal to 32. Okay, some value, and it returns only true or false. Okay, so x is equal to y.
False.
False. X is less than y.
False. Yes.
X is less than y.
True.
So yes,
True.
x is greater than y.
Yeah. False.
So x is less than or equal to y. Less than or equal to, which means x is less than y or x is equal to y. In this case, any one is equal. Sorry, any one condition is true. The output is true. So here less than, this is 17 is less than y. So this condition is true. But this condition is not equal to false. But any one is true, the output will be true. Okay. Similarly, it's greater than also. X is not greater. So this is x is not greater. So this is false. If x is greater than y, that is false. And x is equal to y, that is also false. If both are false, the output will be false. And now x is not equal to y.
True.
Yes, x is not equal to y. Both are not equal. Yes, that is true. So because they are telling us not equal to y, yes, of course, not equal. 17 and 32 are not equal, so it's written true. So these are the comparison operator. Okay. So we're going to use this comparison operator in conditional statements in Python. So what are the conditional statements? Conditional statements in Python?
If else.
If, that is simple if. Simple if, and then?
If else.
If
else.
If else if.
That is elif here.
Okay.
Multiple if condition, right? Elif, multiple if condition. Okay, next.
While.
That is looping, not comes under conditional statement.
Yes, it's parking here or no? I don't.
Sorry?
Oh, no.
Conditional statements, these are the conditionals, okay? While, for, looping. Okay, all these are loopings. We'll learn loopings after this. First, we'll see what are the conditional statements in Python. So first if condition, simple if condition using this you'll be using this comparison operator in if condition to check whether the condition is true or false. Okay. Now let's take this. We'll enhance this program. Now I want to check what is eligibility for voting. So I'll remove this a wait and 18 plus. So now you have to check whether you're eligible to vote or not. The user are eligible to vote. Okay, so I'll just remove all this print statement here. Okay, no need for wait here. Okay, now if age is greater than 18 or including 18?
Greater than or equal to?
Because including 18 and above 18. So greater than or as well as equal to 18 are eligible for voting, and it should always remember that if condition should follow with colon, that it should end with colon. That is the syntax. Okay. Now if you put colon, if you press enter, it will give you the correct position where you have to start the body of the if condition. So this is the place, right place to start the body of if condition. Print you are eligible. Okay, this is simple if condition. And 34, then you are eligible to vote. Okay. What if the age is less than 18? What if the age is 12? Then you just print only name. You have to print you're not eligible to vote if the condition is false. That is, if age is not greater than 18, then if the condition is false, you should also print you're not eligible, right? So that case, if the condition is false, it should go to the else. In else should also end with colon, and you have to print the message that you are not eligible to vote. Okay, in case if it is less than 18, then it will print you're not eligible to. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is simple if else. Okay, the next case. What is the next one? Elif. Okay. Elif is for multiple conditions. If you have multiple conditions. For example, you're getting a mark of 3 subjects. The total score is total is 300, right? You're getting mark of 3 subjects. The total is 300 out of 300. If the total is between 270 to 300, the student belongs to grade A. Okay, if it is between 249 to 240 to 269. Okay, the student belongs to grade B. Now age is between 200, sorry, the mark total score is between 200 to 239, and the student belongs to grade C, and less than 200, grade D. Okay, so you have multiple conditions here. So you can get 3 subject marks, and you can add like this, and you can store it in total, and you can check if total is, you can also do that, or directly I'm just doing 1 second. Let me create another file, Python file. Okay, so directly I'm getting input from user. Okay, so enter the total score. Okay, so out of 300, total score is 300. Okay, so which is of data type integer. I'm storing it in a variable tot, and it is of integer data type, or better, I can give it a float or integer. Anything is fine. And now, okay, if okay, total is greater than 300. If it is greater than 300, then print grade
Greater
A.
than 300.
Ma'am,
Out
greater
of
than or
300.
equal to, na?
Yes, including.
Oh,
Yes.
out
Including
of 300 only we are given the
300.
mark.
Sorry, 270. Greater than 270. Including 270 and greater than 270, we are giving grade A. First condition you have to use if condition. Next one, next multiple conditions. If you have multiple condition, for the next one you have to use elif. Total is greater than equal to 240. Again elif. $200. Okay. Less than 200.
Ma'am, I have a doubt. Last one anyway lesser than 200. So can we use else print D?
Yes, you can use. Yes. I'll tell you that. Okay. Now, so this is a multiple if condition. Now, if the score is, let's say, 280, then grade A. Now, what will happen if you enter like 600? Is that a valid total? But
We'll
still,
get error.
no error. You will get, because the condition is true, right? Even 600 is also greater than equal to 270. So the condition is true, right? 600 is also greater than equal to 270. There is no error in that. But according to the case, like we are calculating for 300. Out of 300, this is not the valid score. 600 is not the valid because the maximum total score is 300. Then how can you get to 600 out of 300? So it is not a valid score, but it's giving you grade A. That is incorrect. Okay, because you are checking the total is greater than equal to 270, because 600 is also greater than equal to 270. So if the condition is true, it will execute the block of code in the if condition. Okay, and it will exit this. So to avoid this, you should also check whether the total score is greater than 270 as well as
Less than 300.
less than 300, less than equal to 300. Total is less than or equal to 300, including 300, but less than as well as less than. So now we have two conditions. Total is greater than equal to 270 is one condition, and total less than equal to 300 is another condition. So now we have two conditions. So if you have two conditions, you need a logical operator to be connect these two conditions. You have to put a logical operator here. So now what are the logical operator? Logical operators?
And
are
And or
And
not.
not.
Okay, so
not.
according to and, the truth table of and, okay, is when you have two conditions. Okay, you're connecting these two conditions using and operator. If you're connecting these two conditions using and operator, it will be true when both the false, the output will be false. Any one condition is false, the output will be false. And when both the condition are false, obviously the output is false. So this is the truth table of and logical operator. Okay, for or logical operator, we have two conditions. So if you're connecting these two conditions using or, then if any both are true, obviously the output is true. If any one is true, the output is true. Any one condition is true, the output will be true. It will be false only when both the condition are false, it will be false. So this is the truth table for or. Okay, now in our case, so which logical operator is the correct one to be used here? Because we have two conditions here. Total is greater than equal to 270 as well as total is less than equal to 300. So we want both the condition to be true or any one condition is true.
Both the condition.
We want both the condition to be true in order to print grade A. If you put or, what will happen? Again, you will get the same problem because if you put or, okay. Same, any one is true, the output will be true, right? So if you put 600, first condition is true because 600 is greater than equal to 270. First condition is true, but second condition is false, where 600 is not less than equal to 300, right? It's not less than. So this condition will become false and first condition is true. According to or, if any one condition is true, the output will be true. So you will get grade A again. So this is incorrect. So or is not the correct logical operator to be used here. So which is the correct logical operator? And is the correct logical operator to be used here because we want both the condition to be true. Similarly, here also you have to connect with and. So what is the next case? And total less than 269. Okay. Then less than equal to 200. Clear? Yes. So now if you run, you will not get any problem here. But still you have a problem here. The problem is, what if user enter negative? Is it correct? What if user enters in negative? No, right? It shows grade D. So these are invalid score actually, invalid marks. Okay, at the same time, if you print values greater than 600 or greater than 300, then it will not giving you any output. It's supposed to show you or display invalid score. But it's not giving you any output, right? You have to correct this area. So you have to validate also. So in case if user enters in marks in negative, you should print as an invalid, not grade D. This is invalid score. Okay. So total is less than equal to 0. Sorry, not less than. It is here greater than equal to 0. In this case, you put minus value, then, but it's not giving you even grade D, okay? But it should give you invalid, right? So that should come in the else part. Okay, that's why I didn't put this last statement in elif. Okay, someone has asked me, right? You can put this last because we have last conditions. You can put it in elif. In else. So else part is for error message. What if all the conditions are not true? None of the conditions are true, then it will come to the else part and it will print invalid score. So the validation is also very important. You cannot allow any data given by the user. If user enters invalid score, negative value or more than 300, then you have to print invalid score. So it's validation, proper validation. You have to check for all possible inputs and check whether it gives you the right output. Make sure that if you enter more than 300 also, it should supposed to give you invalid. So if none of the condition is true, it will come to the else part and it will print this error message. Please enter the valid score. You can give whatever you want. You can prompt the user this. You can convey the user the error message. You can give it the else part. Okay. Ask the user to enter a valid score. A score should be between 0 to 300. Okay, please enter the invalid. Please enter the valid score. Anything you want. Okay, you can give it in the error message. Is it clear? Yes.
For grade C, the print is so there should be less than 200 or 239.
Less than equal to 239.
Okay.
239. Yes. 239. Sorry, I forgot to just copy and pasted it. Forgot to change it. Yes, 200 to 239. Okay, so grade C. So 239. So 200 to 239. 240 to 269 grade B. Okay, is that clear? And we want both the condition to be true. Or where we use or is, see, for example, you're going to a museum. In museum, you will get the ticket price for all weekdays. That is Monday to Friday. The ticket price is rupees 10. The ticket price on weekdays, and for weekend, okay, weekend is 20 rupees. Saturday and Sunday. Okay, Saturday and Sunday is weekend. So you're checking based on the day. Okay, if day equal to Saturday. Okay. And another condition is day equal to Sunday. If it is weekend and the price will be in a variable price variable, you're putting 20. If it is, now tell me what is the logical operator. We have two conditions. One is day equal to Saturday, another one is day equal to Sunday. Now we have two conditions. So which logical operator to be used to connect these two conditions? Or, because you cannot say today is Saturday and Sunday. Is it possible? Today is Saturday and as well as Sunday. No, right? No possibility. So, or, because today can be either Saturday or Sunday. So it can be either Saturday or not Sunday. If it is Saturday, cannot be Sunday. Okay. Then the price is 20. Or today is Sunday, not Saturday. So false true. Then also the condition is true. Because for Saturday or Sunday, the cost is 20 only. If both are false, let's say today is Tuesday, right? So both the condition of false, then obviously it is false. It will go to the else or else elif or something. It will go to here because the whole condition will become false when both the condition are false. So in this case, you have to use or. If any one condition is true, the output is true. So it will be 20 either Saturday or Sunday. Any one is true, the output will be true, and the price of ticket is 20. Yes, someone has doubt. What is your doubt? Yes, who has raised your hand? Someone has raised your hand, right? Mm. Yes, who's that? Shakti Vela. I think Shakti Vel. Yes. Do you have any doubt, Shakti Vel?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Is
Priyanka
it
here.
clear? Yes.
So
Yes, Priyanka.
can we use the between in Python? Not for this condition because this is like and or
No,
we can use.
if condition, there is no if. For if condition, we have only these comparison operator and the logical operator, no between here.
Okay.
Between means
But
you can
this,
use this between. That was what we are using here, right? Between. This is between. There is no keyword called between. Directly, we don't use the keyword between. But between
there is
270 to
okay.
300 only we are using this comparison operator, greater than and less than.
Yeah,
This is
that I
between,
get.
the
But
range between.
but here in Python we don't use this between keyword, right?
No.
Or any
No.
such kind. Okay.
No. No between
And
keyword,
one,
direct between.
okay. And this elif we can use multiple times, right? Suppose we have like 15 to 20 condition, we can use multiple times. Okay.
Yes, you can use. First one always it should be if, other condition elif. And final one, when all the conditions are false, then it will go to else part, final one.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Now I want you to try for electricity bill. So let's say you want to get input. You have to get input from user. That is units consumed. Okay. I ask the user to enter the units consumed. Okay. Get input from user and check whether the user input between 0 to 100 units. Then the cost is, let's say, 2 rupees per unit. Okay, from 101 to 200, if the units belongs to, that is between 101 to 200, then 3 rupees each unit. Then 201 to 300, okay, 4, and 301 to 400, and let's say 400. Okay, so okay, 401 to 500. 6 and 500, greater than 500, let's say 8 rupees. Okay, now you're getting input from user. Ask the user to enter the units consumed, and if it is 350, then it belongs to this category, right? Between 300 to 400. So each one unit cost is 5 rupees. So 5 times 350, and you have to print the electricity bill amount to be paid. So what is the amount to be paid? What is electricity amount to be paid? 350 times 5,750. So you have to print the amount to be paid, the electricity amount to be paid. So the input is the units consumed. Ask the user to enter the units consumed, and you can take it in an integer or float data type. Okay. So if the integer, if the user input is 350, the output should be 1,750. So this is the condition. When you have multiple condition, you have to use elif. Okay. Is it clear? Yes. Yeah. So make note of it. You take this as task and try this one. Okay. and swapping of two variables. They want to try swapping. Okay, so we'll discuss that tomorrow. Okay, and nested if we have one more conditional statement, nested if. We will discuss nested if in detail. I hope you understand this logical operator, comparison operator. Yes. So if condition we finished simple if else then else. So tomorrow we'll do. Then you ask for age. Otherwise, directly you print. Sorry, you're not an Indian citizen, so no, you cannot vote. Yes, so we'll get ask the user to enter the country name. I will store it in a variable country. So in what is the data type? Now prompt the user
String.
enter your nationality or enter your string. So input. Okay, input by default will take it as a string. Now your country name, anything else. So based on this, okay. Now first you have to check. So what is the condition? The variable is country is equal to. So then if this condition is true, then see the where you have to start the body of this if condition. So this is the place. So if you put after this, if you press enter, it will directly take you to the position where you have to start the body of if condition. So now you have to ask for age. Only it will ask for age only when this condition is true. It will prompt for age. Okay, in this case we don't need it, so let me remove this. Okay, then you check for age. So maintain the same indentation. This is nested if. So one if completely inside another if. So else this else is part of this if, so it should be straight to that else. And print statement maintain the same indentation of the print statement. So now line number 4 till 8 is the nested condition. Yes. Yes, Umar.
Oh, voice is breaking up.
Yes, Umar. What is the doubt? Yes, raise your hand, right? Yes, Mashood. Your name is, am I right? Am I pronouncing it right? Your voice is too low.
Now?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
so the
what is
question was that
your
if you
doubt?
could spell the condition's name and like explain the condition once again.
The condition, yes. So the condition is, the first condition is if the country is equal to India. So the user input, okay, is equal to India. So the user input, you are storing it in a variable country. Yes, this is a variable to store the user input. Then checking whether that country is equal to India. If it matches, if the condition is true, then only this block of code will execute. That is, it will ask for age. Okay. If it is India, it will ask for age and you're checking whether it is greater than 18. If it is greater than 18, it will print you're eligible to vote. Otherwise, you're not eligible to vote. In case if the country is not equal to India, directly it will come to else but. So that else should be straight to that if condition. Because if this if condition is false, it should they come to the else of the corresponding else. So it should be a straight line indentation. You have to maintain the indentation. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Else, then print you cannot vote or something. Okay. Print and message. So if the condition is false, it will not ask for age, right? It doesn't need age of the person when the person is not an Indian. Then we don't need to. There's no point of checking age, whether it is
Yes,
18
exactly.
or above 18. When he is not an Indian, directly you can print you're not an Indian citizen, so you cannot vote here.
Okay,
If you have eligibility, if you're a citizen of India, then it will ask for age to check the eligibility of age. Next point.
Mm. Okay, thank you.
Ma'am,
Sorry, one second. Yes, Shruti.
uh, ma'am, I'm Ranjini.
Ranjini, yes, Ranjini.
Ma'am, in if statement, you are given country equal to India, right? Instead of that, if you put country equal to India, only one equal to, is
One
it work?
equal.
Yeah,
One equals will
just
not work
country
in if
equal to
condition,
India.
right? The country equal to is assignment operator. See, here we are putting one equal to because they are assigning the user input. So, for example, if user input is Oman, that the Oman will assign to the variable country. So, single equal to here, if using single equal to because we are going to assign the user input to the variable country. So, that means country is the name of the variable. It's like a country is a label you're giving for the container, and the value you're storing inside it, right? That is the value you're going to store inside the variable. So this value only you're getting from user. So single equal to mean that is called assignment operator, where it is used to assign a value. So here this is the variable name. Okay, country is the variable name, and the value will be assigned to that variable. It's nothing but just putting the value inside the container called country. So country is the name of the container. It's nothing but the variable. Okay, omen is a value stored inside that container. So single equal to is assignment operator. It will not check. It is not for checking whether the country is equal to omen. It's not checking, it's assigning. So you cannot use single equal to here. Always remember in if condition, you have to use only the comparison operator we discussed yesterday. Only the comparison operator. There is equality, less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, not equal to. These are the comparison operator, right? You can use only comparison operator because this is the conditional statement where you can compare whether the left hand side is equal to right hand side or left hand side is less than equal to right hand side. Only comparing. So which returns either true or false. Only two possible outcome. Either the condition is true or false. But for assignment operator, we are not checking. We are assigning. We are assigning the user input to the variable country. So that is the difference between assignment operator and the comparison operator.
Okay, ma'am, clear.
Yes, Shruti?
Yeah, ma'am, my doubt is regarding this editor. So instead of providing the space, the indentation manually, is there any option to put or format it automatic?
Automatically, if you keep your cursor here, if you press enter, automatically it will give you the correct position where you have
Okay,
to start.
so uh, is there
But
any, like
make
if we
sure
write some code and if we
no.
is there any option to
No,
format it? No.
it will give you, see, if you put, say, it will suggest you for an error. It will give you, it is, you can see that, right? If it is underlined with red color font, right? So, I mean, red color highlight, it's highlighting, right? Which means unexpected intent. So if you use PyCharm, so it will suggestions, it will give you suggestions. And if you make any errors or mistakes, it will highlight that line.
Okay.
Got it? So this will help you. Otherwise, there is no shortcut. You have to understand and you have to use the correct indentation because this age should be, it should ask for age only when the condition is true. That's why you have to put it inside. Only so this code will execute only when the condition is true. The condition is false, directly it will go to else part and it will execute this line. Okay, so for this if the corresponding else is this one. For this if the corresponding else is this one. So you have to maintain the same indentation. Yes? Clear? Now let's run. So enter your name and enter your nationality. So let's enter. If the country is India, next it is asking for age and you're eligible to vote. Okay, now what if the country name is, let's say, Singapore? Then it will directly come to else, but it's not getting your age. It's not prompt for age. When you're not an Indian nationality, there's no point of asking for age. So directly you're not an Indian citizen. So you're not eligible. You can write whatever the message you want to convey. Okay. Is it clear? Now, and one more issue. What if user has entered the nationality in uppercase? That case also, because you all know that Python is case sensitive. Okay. So this will be considered as different from lowercase India. But we know that both are same. But what if user has entered? We cannot restrict user. A user can give or pass input in any case. Sometimes user may also enter uppercase. Sometimes user may enter lowercase. Sometimes user may enter
Depend. Ma'am, your voice is not audible to me.
Yeah, me neither.
Yes. What happened? Yes. Can you hear me now?
Now we can
Yes.
hear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what if the user enters in uppercase? So Python is case sensitive. So the uppercase will not be equal to the lowercase in there. So in that case, we have a function, inbuilt function in Python called, in which case you are checking here. You are checking in, we are checking the condition in
Lowercase.
you convert the user input also in lowercase, dot lower. There is inbuilt function called dot lower. In which case you're checking here. Okay, accordingly, you have to convert the user input also in lowercase. So this uppercase, even if user enters the input in uppercase, it will automatically convert. This function will convert to lowercase and then it will store it in this variable. Then if you check, if you compare the value stored in country variable as well as this value, both will be same. So it will ask for age. That is, the condition becomes true.
Ma'am, if we use a function called dot lower, it is going to change into lower, right, ma'am?
See, it's changed into lowercase. Then that's why it is asking for age now.
But if I want an uppercase, if the customer is typing in.
Wait, I'll come to that. First, we'll finish this. Okay. So age, then you are eligible to vote. Okay, in case, if you are checking in uppercase, in case you are checking in uppercase, in that case, in which case you are checking here, okay, in that case you try to come and convert the user input. If we're checking in uppercase, then the value entered by the user, right? The input entered by the user should also be converted to the same case so that it will match. In that case, we have a function called upper. In lowercase, the function called upper. This will convert the user input to uppercase. Now, if we give India in lowercase, this will convert, okay, to uppercase. The user input will convert to uppercase and then it will store it in a variable. Then we'll compare. India will match. Then it will ask for age. And then it will check for this case. Clear?
What if, excuse me, ma'am. What if the starting alphabet is in capital and the rest
that's
are
the
in
next
lower?
thing. Wait. Next thing I'll come for this. The next, what if sometimes user may also enter, even if you change this to uppercase, even uppercase will work for this also. But especially if you're checking with first letter in capital, the rest of the characters in lowercase. Okay. In that case, you have to convert the user input to capitalize. There is a function called capitalize. So if you enter all uppercase or all the character in lowercase, it will convert first letter to uppercase and the rest of the letters in lowercase. This capitalize, okay, this capitalize will, for example, let's see, I'll enter all the character in lowercase. So this capitalize will convert the first character to uppercase and rest of the character in lowercase. Clear? Yes. And
Yes, ma'am.
All uppercase, let's try. Okay. Even though if you enter in uppercase, it will make the first one to uppercase and the rest of the characters in lowercase. It will automatically convert. The capitalize will convert like this, and now it is eligible. Clear? So we have function called dot lower, dot upper, and dot capitalize. You have to convert the user input, depends on the value you are checking here, how you are checking the conditions here. Either if you're checking with lowercase or uppercase string or capitalize, whatever, how you are checking, based on that, you should convert the user input as well. Clear?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, for checking country is equal to input, no, there we are just keeping it into lower. And here in the country is double equal to, that is assignment operator and India, whereas I'm giving
This is
in
not
lower.
assignment, it's just comparison, equality operator. They're checking
Okay.
whether left hand side is equal to the right hand side.
Okay, so if I'm mentioning here as uppercase, but my customer or the one who is going to use, they don't know, right, whether it has to be entered in a lower case or a uppercase. So
That's
in that
why we are
case,
using this. See, that's why we are using this. Why should they know whether we are checking in uppercase or lowercase? In what case you are checking, right? That case you convert the user input. So in what case you are checking here? This is of developer. If you are the developer, only you will know that you have checking with uppercase or lowercase. In which case you are checking here, you convert the user input to that. Okay, if you are checking all lower, okay, then convert to lowercase. Why the user should know all about this? This is an internal structure where it will not open to the user. User cannot see the internal structure of the code. Okay, he can only see the application, only the interface.
Okay.
Okay. So in which case you are checking, right? In that case, you convert it. Either if user is given in uppercase, it automatically convert to lowercase. Even if the user is given capitalized, like making the capital letter, automatically convert to lowercase. Few characters in uppercase and few characters in lowercase also, it will convert to all the characters in uppercase. Sorry, lowercase here. If you give dot lower, it will convert all the characters in lowercase. Okay. So here we don't bother about the user's choice and all. User can enter in any case. Okay. This will not be visible to the user. Only developer will know this. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So this functionality, you're completely hiding it from the developer. So I mean, from the user. User will see only the application. Okay, only the interface. Okay, of the app. You will using the user interface elements. What are called user interface elements? User interface element is
Button or the text
buttons,
box.
labels, text box. Okay, links or slider, drop down. All these are called user elements because through which you're communicating. Interface means communication. So how you're communicating with apps like WhatsApp and all, you communicate, right? How will you communicate? By clicking on the button, typing the message in the text box. So these text box, buttons, all these are user interface element through which you are communicating with the app. Okay, so if user will use those in user interface elements to communicate. Okay. Yes. It's nested if is clear. One if inside this, if completely inside another if. So that's why we call it as nested if condition. And this if will work only when this condition is true. Otherwise, it will directly go to the else part. Clear?
Could you please run
Yes.
this with capitalize function in that country?
If you enter in capitalize, it convert all the character because we are given lower, right? So it will convert all the character in lowercase. See, whatever case
Like,
it is, full upper or full.
Actually, I tried that capitalize function there, and I
This is
entered a lowercase.
You want
No,
capitalize,
that
then you have to change it here. Then you have to change
yeah,
here. 1 second, wait. You have to change here in case if you are checking with capitalize. Okay, now use capitalize. In this case, so you want to enter in which case you
small
want
cases.
to enter?
All
Lower
small
case.
cases.
Either lowercase or uppercase. Okay, it will convert only the first character to uppercase. The rest of the character in lowercase. Even if full uppercase also, it will convert only the first character to uppercase. The rest of the character, it will convert to lowercase. Okay, that is the capitalize function does. Clear?
Yeah, but actually when I print off, it was printing still in small case.
Check here in which case you're checking it. Try this one. This is user input. Okay. So it is converted. That's why it is asking for age. Otherwise, it will directly go to the else part of the condition is false. Condition is true now. So that's why it's getting an age. Got it?
Okay.
Try this one. All right. Now, so the next is, so I hope you clear with control structures. Okay. So here this PPT is for control structures and looping statements. So control structures, do you think that computer can make decisions? What do you think? Do you think can computer make decisions?
Based on your given inputs, yes, but on its own, no.
Computer can make decision. Yes. Yes, computer can make decisions. Yes, based on the input. Say in chatbot, right? We have chatbot. I hope you have all used chatbots. So So chatbot, we put all the basic questions or general questions, right? We using if condition. If the question is this, the user should give this answer. Okay, if there's no relevant answer for this, then we'll give some general question like thank you or you can put like so if something else if a user may also ask like what is your age, then you have to mention it as no, I'm a chatbot. I'm not a human, I'm a chatbot. So that you can put an else part. If something else question which is not in the code or which is not programmed, then it should give this answer. So I'm not a human, I'm a chatbot. Okay, then all possible questions you can program it using if condition. So based on the user input, it will give you the reply. The answer is based on the user input. That is user. If you user want to ask something to the chatbot, or nowadays many food ordering app is also using chatbot and internet bankings are using chatbot. Right? If you missed your card, debit card or credit card, you can block through chatbot. So the basic information. So it will be programmed to the chatbot. So based on the answer you are giving to the chatbot, it will proceed. Okay, so you should give a proper input or answer to the chatbot's question. So this all based on if condition only. So you should be very thorough with the if condition. So computer can make decision. So using if else, we make a computer to take decisions based on the user input. It's all based on the user input. Yes.
So where we would if age is greater or equal to 18, why do we use a colon after that? Like what's
That is
the
syntax. It is the
okay?
grammar. It is how you're
Okay.
following grammar for English. Similarly, you have to follow the syntax of programming language. So the logic of the program is same, but for each and every programming language, you have to follow the syntax of that programming language. This is how it is designed. We cannot do
Okay.
anything here. This part we cannot do anything. You have to follow the rules. So these are
Okay.
rules of the Python programming language where if condition should end with colon.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
And all if condition, but not required for general inputs and all. If, for, while, all these, else, elif, everything should end with colon. That is a syntax. If you miss, for example, okay. Now, if you run, you will get syntax error. See, syntax means what? The rules given. It is how they've designed it. This is how they've designed the programming language. You should follow the rules to make Python to understand. Otherwise, it will give you syntax error, invalid syntax. You
So
have to follow that.
so we use this like after every keyword
Not every
or
key. If, for, while, else, elif.
okay. Okay.
Okay, so if you practice, no, if you problem, you used to it automatically. When you type, automatically will keep colon at the end of if while thing. So it's all practicing only. So programming
Okay.
language needs practicing. If you practice, automatically you will get this.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
And easily you can find also. See, when running, it will clearly show you the line number and what
Yeah.
is the error. If it is syntax error, easily you can fix the problem. That is debugging skill. So debugging is also very important skill for the programmer, right?
Yeah.
Because one should know to resolve the issue also, to how to fixing the problem. The fixing the problem
Yeah.
is called debugging. It's a technical term for fixing the
Yeah.
problem.
Exactly.
Debugging is a technical term for fixing an error. Okay, so that
Yeah.
should also will improve if you practice. If you get any error, that will be good because you will learn. Okay, if you get this error, you know where the problem is and how to resolve it. Okay,
Yeah.
you should
Okay.
also improve the skill of debugging. That is also a very important skill for programmer.
Yes.
Okay, so it's like a grammar in English. Syntax is very important to be followed.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, okay. All right. Now I hope you understood the concept of conditionals, if else, elif, and nested if. Yes. Okay. Shall we move on to the next concept, loopings?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What is looping?
Process
General
will
meaning of
take
looping.
again and again till the condition is satisfied.
The loops in Python are used to repeat some for certain task or action. If you want to repeat for over again and again, if you want to do the same task over again and again, or for specific number of times, or for specific number of times, a fixed number of times. Okay, then you have to go for looping. All right. So, for example, if you want to print hello for 100 times, okay, if you want to print hello for 100 times, what will you do? Will you use 100 print statement to print? Yes, will you use 100 print statement?
No, ma'am.
So you cannot print 100 times, right? Hello, or if you want to print 100 1 to 100, then you cannot use 100 print number from 1 to 100. So in that task or in that case, you have to go for loopings. Yes, Umar, do you have any doubt?
No.
Do you have a doubt? Please put your down
Yeah, it was from
hands
before,
down
so
there.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. Okay. Yes. Now, the print statement, you cannot use multiple print statement, right? Instead of that, we're going for looping. So looping is, there are two different types of loops. What are the two different types of loops?
For loop, while loop.
For loop and while loop. So what is the difference between for loop and while loop?
Ma'am, I think recording has been stopped. It's showing the message.
Is it? 1 second. Oh, it's still recording. Only see recording. No, recording didn't stop.
Don't know how. Okay, no problem.
Because I think we can't stop the recording only.
Yeah,
The
it's okay.
team can do it. Yes, we have no access to the recording. Okay, we can't stop also even. Okay. Now, for loop and while loop, right? Both are looping. So what is for loop? And where will you use this for loop? And what is
For loop
okay?
is
First,
used
tell me what
like
is for loop.
when it's like used when you know the amount of times you want to repeat the block of the code.
It's when you sure when you know the number of times to be repeated. Yes, who's that? Who answered it?
Yeah, I did.
Who answered now? Yes, your name? Come again.
Omar, I did.
Omar. Okay. Your first name? How do you pronounce it?
Mashud, you pronounce it right. Mashud.
Mashud, right? Am I right? Okay, fine. Yes, Mashud. Okay. Yes. If you know the fixed number of times to be repeated. Okay, if you know the fixed number of times to be repeated, then you can go for loop. Then when will you go for while loop?
Until a certain condition is satisfied.
It's the
Until
opposite of
certain condition. When yes, when you're not sure how many times to be repeated. Okay, if you're not sure how many times, in that case, based on the condition. So until as long as the condition is true, the loop will execute. Execute a set of statements as long as the condition is true. If the condition is false, it exits the loop. Okay, I'll give an example. Okay, there is a well. Okay, there is a well, and we have a small mug here, and we wanted to fill the bucket. If you know the exact number of times, so like if you know the exact, for example, if you know that 10 small mug can fill this bucket. Okay, if you know that 10 small mug can fill this bucket, then you can use for loop as As you all know, you know that for loop, if you know the fixed number of times to be repeated, you can go for loop. So here you know for sure 10 small mug can fill this bucket. So you can give instruction like fetch the water from the well and pour it 10 times. Repeat the same action, fetch water from the well and pour it to the bucket for 10 times. So the same task will be repeated for 10 times. But what if we do not know how many small mugs can fill this bucket? If you're not sure with the count, then we have to go for while loop. Then how will you give instruction to the person?
Until the bucket is full. Yeah.
You have to give the condition like you have to repeat the same action until the water reaches this point. When the water reaches this point, you have to stop. So, in not number of times because we do not know how many mugs will fill this bucket. Then in this case, you have to go for while loop. Okay. So this is one thing. And there is a, for example, there is a path. Okay. So after how many here the person is standing here, okay, giving an instruction to reach this point. Okay, so reach this point. Now, how many steps, if you know the fixed number of times, that is fixed number of times to be moved and move forward. How many times the person has to move forward and when he has to take right. So how many steps to be moved forward?
7 step forward.
4, 5, 6, 7 step, and then he has to take right. So you can give instructions like move forward for 7 steps and then you turn right. After turning right again,
5 steps.
For 5. 5 steps. So you can give instructions like that if number of steps. Okay. Otherwise, if you're not sure, then you have to go for while loop. While you have to give a condition path ahead. If there is path ahead, move forward. So when the condition will be false, when there is path ahead, if you have path ahead, then move forward. Then if there is no path ahead, that is the false condition, right? What if there is no path ahead? Then that else part should come in the outside if condition, that is turn right. So it will move forward and forward. And if you have path ahead, it will move forward. Once you reach this point, there is no path ahead. So if there is no path, then while loop condition fail. The condition is false. There is no path ahead, so it will not move forward. It will turn right in this case. So if you're not sure with how many times to be repeated, then you have to go for while loop. That will work based on the condition. That is, the statement will execute. The statement will execute as long as the condition is true. As long as the condition is true. If the condition is false, it exits the loop. Clear when to go for loop and when to go for while loop? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So what is
Yes,
the
ma'am.
syntax for loop? For, okay. And looping variable, any looping variable of your choice. So let's keep it as I. Not only if you give your name also, it will not give you any error. So looping variable is of your choice, but make it simple. For I, because it's an iterable, okay, it iterate. So if you use it, it's an iterate, right? Iterate over and again. So this is a call iterating variable or looping variable. Okay, I is a looping variable or iteration variable. For I in range, this is the syntax of for loop. So this range takes 3 parameter. One is start value, start, stop, and step. So it takes 3 parameter. Here the start and step is optional actually. This is optional. Okay. Start as well as stop. Sorry, step value is optional. Okay, but stop value is mandatory. You have to mention the stop value. Okay, for example. First example, let's give all the three parameter. For I in range, let the start value be 10, stop value is 20, step value is 1. Then it should end with colon. Okay, the syntax is for loop also should end with colon. Now you print this looping variable I. Print the looping variable I. Now what will be the output for this? So output is, what is the output if you execute this code? What will be the output?
It will print 10 to 20.
First, it will print
10 to, the step value is nothing but skip count by. So after 10, you have to just add by 1. After 10 plus 1 is 11. Then 12. So step value is nothing but skip count by 1. Step value is 1 by 1. You have to increase till 20. But here remember that it will not include the stop value.
20.
It will stop till 19. No, it will not include stop value. If the stop value is 20 means it will stop till 19. If it is 21 means it will stop till 20. If you give stop value as 100, it will stop till 99. It will not include the stop value. But it includes start value. Start value is included, but stop value will not be included. It will stop one number before. In case if you want to iterate till 20, you have to give 21. So that it will stop till 20.
There is no way that the same value
No.
includes
No. No, this is the syntax. It will not include stop value. But it will include start value. Okay, now if you change this to 2, the step value to 2, now what will be the output? So 10 is the start, 21
12.
is the stop, and 2 is the step value. So the output will start value is 10. So it starts with 10, then skip count by 2. Then 12,
14,
16, till
20.
Till
18.
20. It will stop till 20. No, it will stop till 20 because now I've changed to 21, right? In case if the stop value is 20, then it will stop till
18.
18. If the
18.
stop is 20 means it will stop till 18. If now I've changed to 21, so it will stop till 20. Now skip count by 3. If I change the step value to 3, then the output will be 10,
10, 13,
13,
16,
then
19.
Then
That's no.
that's it. Because the next number is 21, which is the stop value, which will not be included. So it will stop till 19. Clear? Compulsory to give the start and step value. If not given, what will happen? For example, for I in range. Okay. So I'm giving two values, 5, 25. Then this value, right? 5. If you print I, this 5 will be taken as start value. Start value is 5. 25 is the stop. And 5 is the start. Then what is the step value? So if not specified, the step value is not given or specified, then the default step value is 1. Positive 1. Okay. So 1 is the default step. And if you're not providing the value for step, then by default it will taken as 1. So now the step value is 1, start is 5, stop value is 25, and the step value is 1. Okay, now what will be the output?
No, the screen is not visible.
Yeah, for me also, I thought for me.
Not visible? What about others?
No, it got stuck.
Now the screen is
No, ma'am, visible.
you could reshare.
Now it's visible.
What about
Now it is okay.
for everyone? It is visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay.
Yes,
So now for I in range, we have given 5 and 25. So 5 is the start value and 25 will be the stop value. And if you don't specify the step value, by D, it will take it as 1. Okay, it is optional. It is not compulsory that you have to specify the step value and start as well. But if you don't specify, take 1. Okay. Now what will be the output?
5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, and until
7 till
24.
24. Okay. Now the second case. Another case is for I in range. I'll give only one value 25 alone. So then this 25 will be taken as? Yes?
Got stuck.
Your screen is stopped.
Yes? Okay. Why? It's paused. 1 second. I'll stop sharing and share it again. Can you see my screen now? Is it visible? Is it visible to everyone? Can you all see my screen now?
No, ma'am. It's not.
No.
ma'am.
No.
I'm sharing it. What about now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, can you all see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now for I in range 25, you print I value. Now what is this 25? 25 is
Stop value.
that is stop value. Now there is no start and there is no step value. So if you give one value where stop is mandatory, you have to give stop value. So if you give one value, that will be taken as a stop value. Then if the start and step is not provided, then the default start value is 0. 0 is the default start value and 1 is the default step value. So by default, okay, by default, if you don't specify the start and the step value, by default it takes 0 and 1. Now tell me what will be the output if you print I. The output will be
0 to 24. Oh, 25. 0 to 24.
0 to 24. Is it clear? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we'll see the demo. So for I in range.
Your screen is stuck again, ma'am.
Is it? 1 second. What about now?
I can see a whiteboard only.
I
Whiteboard.
can see the idle app.
No, we can see the
I can see the
PyCharm.
note.
You
PyCharm.
can see the PyCharm, right? Okay. So please rejoin, otherwise you refresh page or rejoin again. And now for I range 5, 25. Okay. And then 5 will be the start and 25 will be the stop value. So if I run 5 to 24. Okay. Then if you don't specify the start, so then by default it will take it as 0. Okay, 0 till 24. That's clear? And if you want to print in a column wise, you use end equal to it. So every iteration will be end with space. Okay, it will not go to the next line. So if you want a space, just leave a space here. Then it will leave a space between each number. Okay. Then if you want to separate with hyphen, put hyphen, it will separate by hyphen or comma, whatever you want. You can separate it. So it will not print in each row. That is, it will not iterate or it will not print in row wise. It will print in column in one row. Okay. And now so listen this carefully. What if you want to print, okay, from number 50 to 2? Here the start index is, start value is 50 and 2 is, so here the first parameter is the start and second will be the stop, right? So 50 is the start value and 2 is the stop value. Now, if you execute this code, what will be the output?
Mom, can we 49 minus
50, 49,
48
till
48,
47 to up to 2. Up to 2. 2 is the end value. End value will not be included.
until 4?
1. Up to 3. Up to 3. But now listen carefully. It will not give you any output. Why?
Because minus the step value should be given in negative.
Starting
So,
is the different number. No?
yes, because we all know that step value, the default step value is, what is the default step value? The default step value is positive 1. Okay.
Positive 1.
Yes, I think there's some problem with my network sometimes. You can all see now, right? Is it okay? I'll have to check that. Okay, I'll check and let you know. Okay, now you can see my screen, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So yes. Positive 1, the default step value is positive 1. Okay. Positive 1. So the start value is greater than the end value. Okay. If the default is positive 1, it will not execute anything, right? Because the start is greater than the end. In that case, you have to specify the step value in negative. Because the start value is greater than end value, it should decrease by 1. In that case, you should give the step value in negative. If you don't specify it, by default, it'll take it as a positive 1, which will not work for decrementing the values. Okay, because the default step value is positive 1, not negative. In case if the start value is greater than the end value, you have to specify the step value as well. And at the same time, you cannot specify, like you cannot do like this 2 comma minus 1, for example. Then Python will understand this 2 as the start and minus 1 as the stop. Okay. You cannot give like stop and step alone. You cannot give this 2 parameter alone without start. Okay. In case if you're giving step value, make sure you should also specify the start as well. Okay. Yes. If you give any 2 values, it will take first one as start and second one as stop. So in case if the start is greater than the end value, okay, start value is greater than end value, make sure that the step should be in negative. And if the stop is 2, it will not include 2, right? So it will stop till 3. One number before. So it will stop till 3. It will not include stop value. Yes, Shilpa. Yes, Shilpa, what is the doubt? Yes. Unmute and speak.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, previously when we had given only two values, like we had given 5 and 25, right? That is the step value positive 1. That will take us positive 1. And only if we need to decrease the value, we have to mention both stop and step, right, ma'am?
Start value, stop, as well as step value in negative. The step value should be negative because the start is greater than the end value. If start is greater than stop value, you have to specify the step in negative. So minus 1 or minus 2, if you want to decrement by minus 2, you can use minus 2. So where you will get 68, then 66, 64, it is skip count by 2. It will decrement by 2.
Yeah. Got it. But if the step value is not mentioned and if the... Sorry, I got it, ma'am. I got it. I got that.
If step value is not mentioned, you will not get any output. That is what we discussed before. There is no output because the default step value is positive 1. From 68, you cannot increment and you cannot reach 2. From 68, how can you... the step value is in positive. Positive means it goes 69, 70, but you cannot reach 2, right? So it will not do anything.
Right, got
it. If the start is greater than stop, make sure that you have to give the step value in negative. Because that in that case, default value will not work. Okay. Is it clear to everyone? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, for loop is clear. Okay. Now so we'll discuss more about for loop, and I want you to I'll give a task. I want you to print a number that is only even number between 1 to 100. Using for loop, I want you to print only even numbers. Only even numbers between 1 to 100. Okay. So do two program, even number as well as odd number. Print even number, odd number, and multiples of 5. Only multiples of 5. That is, the output should be 5, 10, 15 till 100. Using for loop, I want to print only the multiples of 5 and even numbers, odd numbers 1, 3, 5 till 99. Okay. So 3 for loop. So this is an expected output. You have to generate them and you have to create a for loop. And another task is, this is one task. Okay. Task 1, 2, and 3, 3 for loop. And another one is I want you to ask the user, get input from user. Ask the user to enter the number for which the multiplication table to be generated. Okay, for number which multiplication table to be generated. For example, if the user choice is 5, I want you to generate a multiplication table for 5. It's all, this number depends on the user choice. Okay, if the user want to generate a table for 5, you have to generate from 5 times 1 till 5 times 10. Okay, got it? Okay, if user choice is 15, I want you to generate a multiplication for 15 table from 15 times 1 till 15 times 10. So this is of user choice. Ask the user to enter the number for which they want to generate a multiplication table. You have to get input from user. Yes, Neha. So using for loop, I want you to do this task. Yes?
Okay. Ma'am, I have
Okay, so make note of it. Yes, Neha.
Ma'am, I couldn't download PyCharm in my system.
PyCharm in your system? Okay, so wait a minute. We'll finish the class and I'll you share your screen and show me your doubts. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I hope I hope you guys understood the concept of for loop. Yes, is that clear? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am, no.
Okay. Someone please put this task in the group, in the chat window. So you have to generate all even numbers between 1 to 100, odd numbers between 1 to 100, and multiples of 5 between 1 to 100.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
I will put it in the group.
And, okay, and then next one is you have to generate a multiplication table of user's choice. Okay, get the user input, ask the user to enter any number for which they want to generate a multiplication table, and you have to generate a multiplication table from 1 till 10. Okay, and this should be the output. you